It is November 1st, 2024. We're here in the backyard of the property located at 7209 Arillo Street in San Diego, California, 92111. We've got one clean out for the whole property, and that's here in the back side of the house. We have the kitchen 2-inch clean out, original cast iron pipe, but we can see from the crawl space it immediately turns into ABS once it goes into the horizontal. So this cast iron is open here. Here's the turn and transition into the ABS that's under the house. And then this will run for just a few feet, and then we're going to junction into the main sewer line. Here's the turn and the drop into the main sewer. This is original cast iron right here. To the right side right there is the T-junction that picks up the downstairs bathroom and laundry off the kitchen. And then as we continue forward, we'll pick up the other front hall bath that's back to back with the downstairs other bathroom. And then off to the left, there's a new T-junction they added for the addition for the second story. So this is original cast iron here, which looks good in the space. Here's the new plastic T-junction they added right there. That's what picks up the upstairs. That's all new ABS, of course, from the upstairs bathroom. And then we transition back to cast iron right here. So you can see there's a little lip on the line. So the alignment is clean where the ABS meets the cast iron, but old cast iron will have deposits and scale and buildup, and you're supposed to take a carbide like Dremel tool and kind of ream the bottom of it to create a smooth transition across. So they didn't do that here, so we've got this little lake and pool of water that's kind of hanging out here that doesn't go away. Now obviously the place is vacant, we don't know for how long, but there's no debris jammed or caught up on this, but that's not to say that paper and debris won't get kind of stuck on that, but because everything is converging to this one point right here, it'll probably flush it out relatively good. If there ever is a problem, then essentially that ABS T-junction here and this piece of pipe will just need to be pulled out and clean up that section on the inside of the pipe. Sometimes you can use what's called a chain knocker system to try to ream that without detaching the pipes. Otherwise, you just detach and use a cordless, again, carbide style bit. So we're going to get a little running start here with some speed to jump over that. There we go. Now we're in the original cast iron that's essentially running under the front deck, and then it can eventually be across the front yard and headed out. We do have a property line clean out just past the sidewalk the city put in when they either redid or relined from that point out to the street. This cast iron so far looks in good condition. There's a little bit of buildup and scaling on the bottom there, but not much. Nothing that really concerns us that needs to cleaning or anything. You can see some little undulations, and you can see some what we call channeling on the right and left side off the bottom there, but doesn't mean that's going to cause things to get snagged or build up on the line and hold them. And again, of course, only toilet paper, feces, and kitchen food is other than liquids, which should be going down the drain. No type of flushable wipe and no other paper products. So again, you can see it looks good overall. We're not finding any construction debris. We're not finding any root intrusions. We're not finding any sags or bellies to the line. So right there is an original clean out. So you can see there's a T-junction on the top of the pipe right there. There is the original clean out right there that was installed. And we'll go ahead and locate this to see where this is specifically at on the property. So from here, our entry point, we're about 40 feet out. But we'll continue downstream and then we'll come back and look for that. Cast iron still looks good. So again, just some small deposits on the bottom of the pipe, but Nothing that requires anything that we're seeing in any way, shape, or form so far still. Okay, here's a transition to the original clay pipe, it looks like. This may even be black ABS right here. They might have redone this section. This is definitely smoother pipe. That transition down. So it does look like this was dug up and redone. Then here's that property line clean out after the sidewalk that we noticed. There's a lid, and here's the white pipe T-junction, and that's got a lid with a concrete piece after there. So this is all new plastic greenbelt pipe, you can see right here. And then we go into the original clay, and you can see that this has been relined. So we've got a little bit of standing water right here. You can see that it doesn't drain out of the system right there. But it's not because that there's a buildup or that there is any roots or any object. It's just a bad slope to the pipe when they had constructed this, when they built the neighborhood, and this would have been installed before the house. So just a little weird pocket that holds water, but not an issue. And so this clay pipe got the thin liner on there. Here's a turn on the line right here. We're out pretty far right now, about 116 feet. May have to run some water, but I think we're getting close to the turn or the dump in the line where it drops into the city right here. So just a couple feet away, if that. But we're going to have to go ahead and run some water, or we'll move our camera over to the city spot. But we'll go ahead and run some water right now for these last few feet we want to try to get at and look at and see what's upcoming at this point in the system. So we're going to pause the video. Okay, so you see the water we've got running, and just like we thought, that little discoloration that looked like a white in the circle there, that's actually a turn on the line. Looks like we're headed down at a really steep vertical pace right here at almost a 90-degree turn, and so we're still dropping down at a 90-degree angle. Now we're re-correcting, we're horizontal again. So we're in the city right here, so we're going to go ahead and shut the water off to the house and go ahead and pull back the camera and look at these last few feet, and then we'll pull back to that 40-foot mark where we saw that buried clean out and locate that on the property. Okay, so we shut the water off, so we're definitely in the city pipe. We can see water still running by, and we're in the horizontal. So you can see here's our vertical drop right here. So you can see all the water running by the front of the camera there. We got some droplets coming off the top of our camera, but we're essentially 128 feet from this kitchen clean out, which is the farthest away point until we get to the city. But no issues. I'll come back up this long vertical drop. About to make the turn right here. Here's the turn right here back to the horizontal. So there's the clay pipe. So we're going to go ahead and now pull all the way back to the 40-foot mark where we saw that buried cast iron clean out to see where that's at on the property. So we'll go ahead and pause the video while we pull this back. Okay, so we've gone ahead and pulled back to this 40-foot mark from the kitchen clean out, and the clean out that we found in the cast iron, which we'll back up here slowly to the top of the screen right there. You can see that circular oval kind of indentation on the top of the pipe. That's the original clean out the builder put in, and it's under the concrete walkway. just to the left of the steps that lead to the front door, and that little bit of concrete that leads to the walkway to go into the garage door. So it's not an accessible area. It was not brought to surface, which they didn't do in the old days, and it's not accessible now. So, but again, the line is fine. If there is a stoppage, then you'll have to go from the kitchen clean out here with a very small cutting bit, or have to pull a toilet. There shouldn't be any issues long term that it's needed to add a clean out, but if you had to add a full-size clean out from the back side of the system, you could cut into the crawl space, the line that's coming from the hall bathrooms, and add a T-junction, and then lead it towards the crawl space entry door, the pipe right there with a plug. So you would just pull the door off, and that would be where your new pipe would be with an access if you ever really had some type of issues again. So everything else looks good on the system, though. We don't have any recommendations. Nothing's needed on the system for now, and you don't need to install that clean out. So everything else looks good on the drain system. So other than localized stoppages of individual traps, individual drains need to be snaked, the main sewer should be fine and completely functional, as long as people aren't flushing down the wrong items. So that concludes the recording for this property.